Hey book fam, it is the beginning of January, so let's talk about my January TBR hopefuls. We'll start with the audiobooks. The first audiobook that I'm listening to is Dominion by Addie Sitchins. This book is about Dominion, Mississippi, and it is about a preacher's son, and the book is told from the perspective of his girlfriend and his mother. This book is a hoot so far. I'm only about 75% into it, but it is so good. I already know that this will be one of my top reads of the year and a 5-star book for me. So I can't wait to finish this book out. The second book on the list is The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. So many people have told me so many great things about this book. I am on the list at the library for this, so I should be getting this book within the next week or so. So I am hoping to have The Correspondent read or listened to, read by the end of January. Another audiobook that I have on the list for January is Margot's Got Money Troubles. And a part of my 2026 goals are to do book to film reviews. And so there is a movie that is coming out regarding, that is based on Margot's Got Money Troubles. And I put my name on the list in the library, and the book just so happens to be available this month. So I am going to listen to it this month when it comes available, but I will review that book during the month that the movie comes out. So that will be a part of my book to film reviews for this year. So I do have a couple of others of those, and my plan is to do that once a month with a book to a movie review. So those are the audiobooks that I'm planning. If some other audiobooks come available, because I have quite a few on hold, if some come available, I will also add those to the list. One thing about me is I am a total mood reader. So I'll have books that I have planned, but I won't necessarily get through all of those if the mood strikes to read another book. So I always set a goal with TBR hopefuls, but it's interesting to see by the end of that month what I actually finished or if I changed the list. So it'll be interesting to see the reviews toward the end of the month. Another one of the things that I wanted to do for 2026 was to clear some of the backlog of my physical TBR. I have a bunch of books around the house. I love to shop for books and I love to buy books, but I don't always get a chance to read those because, again, I'm a mood reader. So sometimes I read a lot of the books on my Kindle, or that's in Kindle Unlimited, or I'll listen to some books. So I don't always get to read the books on my physical TBR, but that is one of my goals for this year, is to intentionally get some of the books that are on my shelves read. I also like to go to the library and check out books. So with going to the library and checking books out, I need to get those read too. I kind of like doing that because it has a timeline associated with it, and I can go ahead and make myself prioritize that book. So some of the books that's on my physical TBR, the first one up is The Princess and the PI by Nikki Payne. This is a romantic suspense book, and I like this because it's a different situation than what some of the other romantic suspense books that I have read. It's quite different, and that is what is making me enjoy it. I'm about 50% through this book, and this is a library book, so I do have to take this one back, but I'll let you know how this one turns out. But I am enjoying this so far. The next book on my physical TBR is The Yellow Wife by Sadika Johnson. Now guys, I have had this book on my physical TBR for over a year, and I have even read her other book that came out last year, before I got to this one, and I had this one before that. So again, this is a part of clearing that physical TBR. With Yellow Wife, I have heard many, many great things about this book, but I've also heard that it is a tough read. So I wanted to put it on my list to get through this book this month. Because again, I really, really want to read this in preparation for Sadika Johnson's newest book that is coming out that is also historical fiction. So I want to get through The Yellow Wife. Next on my list is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. This is one of the classics. Actually, that was one of the my 2026 goals, was to read more classics. But also one of my 2026 goals was that book to film review. And in February, Wuthering Heights, the movie, will be coming out. So I want to see that movie, but I also want to read the book. And this will be a part of my book to film review for the month of February. Again, I'm doing one book to film review per month. The one for January will be The People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. That comes out on Netflix this coming weekend. And so I'll do that review next week. But Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte will be the book to film review for the month of February. Next on my TBR, on my physical TBR, is Our Vicious Oaths by Annie Davenport. This book is romantasy. I am looking forward to this one as well. Actually, I just got this one in November because this one just came out, and I wanted to read it in December, but December happened, and so I wasn't able to get to this one. So I'm looking forward to Our Vicious Oath by Annie Davenport. The last book, well, not quite the last, the second to the last book on my physical TBR is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This is sci-fi, and I'm actually a STEM girly by training, so I am surprised that I have not read this yet, or anything by Blake Crouch yet. But he is one of the authors that I would like to read a few of his books this year. I have heard a lot of things about his books, so I really want to read Dark Matter. I'm not sure if I'll add this to the book to film or the book to show list that I have, because I've already planned out the list and I didn't add this. I know this is a show on Apple TV, but I did have some other books that I've added for that series that I plan to do. But I might just add this one as well, because I'm looking forward to reading Dark Matter by Blake Crouch and a couple of his other books as well. One other thing that I have as a goal for 2026 is to read more classics. And I have The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas on my list as one of my classics that I want to read for 2026. I decided that I wanted to start this in January because my plan was to read 100 pages a month so I can have it read by the end of the year. But I'm told that it's so good that you may not want to do that. You may want to read a couple of 100 pages at a time. So we'll see how that goes. I have this on the list as a TBR to start, but not exactly sure when I'll get finished with The Count of Monte Cristo. So I'll let you guys know how I am going with this book or my progress on The Count of Monte Cristo, because this is quite a book. This would be the largest book that I ever read once I get through this book, but I am totally looking forward to it. So that is my January list of hopefuls, and stay tuned for the reviews by the end of the month.